Alright, so this is a quick overview of Panoptisch. Panoptisch is a recursive dependency scanner for Python projects. Panoptisch needs to be installed in the same environment as the project or module you wish to scan. So I already have my environment activated and Panoptisch installed in this environment. Panoptisch takes a positional argument which can be either a module or a file. In this case, I've provided parse kiosk as a module, so let's run it with default arguments. As you see, we ran Panoptisch on parse kiosk with a maximum dependency depth of 3, and these other arguments we will get to in a second, but we were unable to resolve several modules. Now, modules such as NT, org, Win32, evtlog, MSVCRT, and WinAPI are internal Python modules that can only be imported by built-in modules. Other modules such as speedups, typing extensions, RUAML may be extension modules or plugins for modules that would like to have certain functionality but can also make do without it. This is not Panoptisch's job. It only reports modules that a project tries to import and tries to follow them to its sub-dependencies. Let's see the output. So the first iteration of scanning found Jinja, box, typing, glob, Yamale, argparse, and so on as dependencies. And let's look at Jinja 2. So we can see sub-dependencies, and let's look at markup safes sub-dependencies. So we can 3 iterations. And as you see, there's a lot of built-in modules imported: typing, functools, operatory, import libOS, AST. We may not be interested in sub-dependencies of these modules because we place an implicit trust on standard library modules. We're more interested in third-party modules as they may be more susceptible to a supply chain attack or may have malicious imports that are not vetted as thoroughly or may have malicious contributors or releases. No offense to any of these projects, they're all great, but we can see third-party modules such as Yamale, YAML, Jinja 2, and Box. Panoptisch allows for opting out of scanning standard library modules. Panoptisch resolves modules based on their location, so we can filter out all modules that are in our standard library directory. So you can run this command to let Panoptisch guess your standard library directory. With Linux installations, it's typically USR local lib Python version. So if we check that directory, yeah, we can see argparse, we can see ABC, we can see opcode, shelf, signal, socket, server, SQLite, so on and so forth. So let's run the auto stdlib. Let's run Panoptisch, with the auto stdlib dir. Whoops. And we can see typing and argparse don't have sub-dependencies. We can also see glob, OS, import lib, functools, and collections don't have sub-dependencies. So this is much more interesting. These are modules which may be more relevant. Now we can use this information to understand the imports of our dependencies and their sub-dependencies. For example, a YAML parser should not be importing socket or sys or OS. Box should not be importing import lib, and so on and so forth. This allows us to make more informed decisions about what dependencies to pick and understanding their usage of operating system modules and other libraries. It is now fairly easy for us to set a policy or a set of rules for our sub-dependencies and dependencies. As dependencies evolve, new dependencies are added or updated. Before every commit, Panoptisch could be run to see if malicious imports are added or if suspicious sub-dependencies are introduced. And we also see some modules that were not resolved, so we can exclude modules. with omit not found. Auto steer. And if we look for module not found, yeah, we can't find it in the file, so it's been excluded. And you can also provide your own standard library directory by using stlib_dir. So for us, it was usr local lib python 310. And yeah, we can see collections, inspect, operator, and so on don't have sub-dependencies. You can also increase the maximum dependency depth by using max depth, let's say 5. Panoptisch is in very early stages and needs a lot more work, especially testing. Panoptisch needs rigorous testing, and it has known limitations that are specified in the limitations file in the repo. I hope this tool allows better analysis of dependencies and sub-dependencies in a project in an efficient manner, and I look forward to feedback and comments. Thank you.